Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Good. 180.
He don't know no better.
He's coming. Easy. He's coming. Double up.
Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
So we got man. Kill. Hey, check my feet.
Now Foles. And his throw is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, let's go. Great. Mike, 53. Mike. I got you, boy. Bravo. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Foles. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
At the Jaguars' 49-yard line.
Wait. 43. Switch gears. Hey, look, 61. Matchbox, right.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Yellow. Go on, 80. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hayden's goal.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Number 53, Mike 53. Double dog. That's the way. 13. Undercrouch. Tiger.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Hey, Caden. Great. Watch twist.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the twist.
Here's Foles. Completes it to Lee. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, just like last play.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. He'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
4 down, check, 4 down. Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Check 4. Flat. Hey, zoom. Here go.
2nd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerve.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0.
Chiefs 7, Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
2nd and 10. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
13. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Coming to you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the screen. Number 64.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, 1 more. 47.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
Yellow. There's a line, right?
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down, Chiefs.
Yellow. 15. I'll go line. 44.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
Well, you were backed up into a second and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern.
Second and 6. At the Chiefs' 15-yard
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, second and 6.
Hey, silver. 5.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53.
Second and 6. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's third down.
there on the coverage.
Mike. Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin first and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They fake the give. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let him know.
And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
13.
On second down, Rawls. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Motion. Hey, we got Mike 50, yeah? It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check 36.
What we got?
Hey, check.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Yellow. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's health up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10.
What's the pass? Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Yellow.
I'm coming.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw right side, complete to Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Mahomes now to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Alert 3.
Alert 15. 15.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Watch the twitch.
15.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check 24. Shoot. 66. Blow it right.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yellow.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Foles. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
53, check 53. I got him.
Here's Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Foles. And able to find Conley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
53, Mike 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Fournette running out of the gun. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. 3rd down here. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And that's caught inside the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Kill, kill, kill.
Hey, goal. Down goal. Down goal. Water.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Hey, Wahoo.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 27, Foles. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Silence. 6-6, pull it high.
53, check.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Looking for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, 27 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now 21-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 57.
Mike spoke forward. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Charlie. 44. Mike, 44.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. It's caught on the right side. Williams.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's second down.
Yellow. There's a line, right?
And again, it's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Fresno.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Rolls. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. They begin the drive with Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Telvin Smith, he was third in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll have a first down and more past the 20 as he'll take it all the way up to the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
15 yards to go.
Yellow. 180. Come back.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now is Mahomes. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Hero 15.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Mahomes now to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Yannick Ngakoue. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go. Go.
A shotgun give to Fournette. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that,